behind the songs. And I thought to myself, it's a terrible idea. Because, you know, if I tell you the story behind the songs, then you'll know that I'm un poco loco. Because, you know, well, I could occur to my friends, I suppose I could a little bit. If we start about the first song, well, that song is called Hi. It's not Hi, Hello. It's and then the song called Wise Men, well, you know, I wrote that when I was 15 years old, and the lyrics talk about three wise men who've got a thing called a semi by the sea. What the fuck is that? Like, you know, you should call child services about that. And then the song you like, You're Beautiful, well, you know, some people play that at their weddings thinking it's romantic. Well, that's me, hi, again, stalking someone else's girlfriend. And I should have been in the subway, I should have been arrested. Do you know what that means? That means you're my kind of loco. My kind of weirdos. But I'm going to tell you, I can't talk about one song. And this next song, I will tell you the story about. I'm really sorry I can't do this in Spanish, it's just un poco too complicado. This next song is about my best friend. His name is Billy. And Billy, he had no money, and at all, he was broke. So Billy came to live with me in my sitting room, in my sala, in my apartamente, in my small apartment, in a very busy road in London. It was a small flat, small apartment. And Billy on the sofa in the sitting room, and he stayed there for many, many, many months. Too many months. And after a while, I decided this had to finish. And I was out in a club, and I met an older man. His name was Ed. He was 69 years old, so quite old for being out. I remember his age well. And I told him my problem. And he said, well, he had a spare room. And he said he would accept Billy staying in the spare room. And I said, fantastico, muchas gracias, my friend. And so I walked home and I told Billy the good news. And Billy was very, very happy. What I didn't tell Billy is that Ed, the older man, he liked younger men. And what I hadn't told Billy is the deal I had made, the negocio that I had made, was that Billy had no money, but he would pay in other ways. But when I got home and Billy was packing his suitcase, Moletta, I didn't want to ruin the fun, and he seemed so happy. So I just said adios, and away he went. But as he was leaving, I was playing my piano, and I was inspired. I was playing, and so I wrote this song. It says, Billy's leaving today. Don't know where he's going. Anyway, that night, Billy phoned. In some distress. Yeah, he had barricaded himself into his new bedroom. And Ed, his landlord, was trying to come in to take the first rent. And Billy, I said, oh Billy, what can I do? I think in the phrase we have is, you must let him find you. Anyway, so Billy and I, that was a problem for us. We weren't friends for a few days. And 2 weeks later, 2 semanas later, Billy came to my concert, a little concert in London, and he brought his novia, his girlfriend. He had a girlfriend. And so there was not many people, 25 people, and so I said, I have a new song for my friend Billy, and I'll sing it to you. And I got to the part, the words in the song like this. They say, once he was a lover, sleeping with another, now he's just known as a cheat. Wish he had a mirror, seen a little clearer, seen into the eyes of the weak. Then his girlfriend, she stood up and she punched him in the face, and she left. So, por mi amigo Billy, this song is for you.